brings you back to coaching another year of football?
It was just a phenomenal year, great group of young men, great staff, great community support. The parents were incredible last year, and obviously finished it with an N10 title. But every day was enjoyable. It was the most fun coaching I've had in my career. We looked forward to coming every day. Um, just had a lot of great personalities, great young men, great leadership, great community people. So when you have success on and off the field and you create relationships with these guys that'll last a lifetime, it's hard to not want to keep coming back.
How important is it to have the right coaching staff on your side, and what is it like to get the right people to help you and the team?
These guys are incredible. We've had almost the exact same staff since we got started 7 years ago, and obviously a little turnover here and there, but those guys stay connected, and they just did an amazing job last year. My brother was our defensive coordinator, and they led the league. We led the league defensively. Offensively, Zach Hawkins did a phenomenal job. And we just let really good coaches coach, and they did an amazing job. Our support staff was excellent. Our position guys were great. So it takes a village to have success, and the kids got to be bought into what you're selling. So there's a lot that goes into it. Our staff is very invested in our kids. They care deeply about them, in and out of school, in and out of sports, in and out of life. So all that has to happen for you to have success, and those relationships have to percolate and grow over the years, and they got to see you and be involved. So our guys do a really good job. We kind of make that a point of emphasis.
How has this offseason been going, and is anything different about this one compared to the ones in the past?
Yeah, no, it's been very similar to the year before, and honestly, maybe even a little better. Our buy-in's been great. We got a new strength and conditioning coach that this is what he does, and that's Drew Hanley. He's done an amazing job of getting our guys bought in, not just lifting to check a box, but lifting to make gains and get stronger and build that body armor, get more functionally strong, faster, and more explosive. And it's just done an amazing job with our guys. So we've had great buy-in. The kids are actively working in there to get stronger, and we're looking to continue that in season. We would like to finish the year stronger, finishing our testing and stuff at the end of the year stronger than we started. That's our goal.
How do you complement last year's seniors class, raising the bar and expectations for the lower classes to retain and even take it to the next level?
Sure. Yeah. If it's not broke, don't fix it, man. So the kids did a great job last year of giving these guys a blueprint on what success is supposed to look like. How do you take care of your body? How do you take care of each other? What kind of teammate are you? Who you are as a person, and then how you produce on the field. Are you confident? Do you shy away from adverse situations? Are you tough? And they did all that. So all those guys need to do is look at that, put their own spin on it in a way, but certainly like the blueprint's there, and success breeds success. So once you see it done and you've seen it good and you've seen it bad, it's really easy to pick. And these guys have seen that. They've seen it done the right way, and they wanted to repeat that. And like I said, the offseason, we couldn't be more proud of our guys. Like I said, we only have 37, so our numbers are a little lower, but the guys that are here are very committed. I trust them. I know they want to be here. We can push them. We can coach them hard, and they will respond, which means they'll respond well in a game situation.
How do you think last year's challenges will make this team stronger this season?
Yeah, just a lot of adversity throughout the year that maybe went on behind closed doors, and the in and outs with some of the injuries and stuff, which happens everywhere for sure. But ours were a little different, and our guys had to respond. They had to be on their toes, and we had guys that had to step up. And we saw a lot of maturation and growth throughout the year. We got better throughout the year. I truly felt like week 10 through 12, we were peaking. And it hasn't necessarily happened that way in the past. So that's a credit to the kids. And we're hoping to continue that. And how you prepare and take care of yourself and how you treat each other, all that factors into your success throughout the later half of the year. So that's kind of what we're focusing on.
You guys were able to bring the N10 back to Mohawk last season. What does it mean to win a conference championship, especially in a league that produces a style of football like the N10 does?
Yeah, it's huge, man. You don't take it for granted. It's hard to win consistently in this league. It's a lot of great opponents. At any given week, you have an upset here or there. And obviously, you got your top dogs that are very good every year in and year out, and it's just very physical. So we talk about toughness. You got to want to play. You got to play through some of those aches and pains and want to be on the field and not check out, which we were fortunate enough to have last year. And then you got to have some health, and you got to have the balls roll your way, and you got to have good continuity. And we had all that. So there wasn't a second last year that I took for granted, or our staff did, or our kids did. We enjoyed every minute, because when you've seen some down times, it makes it a lot easier to enjoy the good times. So we're hoping to continue that run and ride that wave of momentum and continue to play good football, good physical, tough Mohawk Warrior football.
You were able to make it to the regional finals last year and lost to a tough Columbus Grove team. What do you have to do to get back to that spot and beat teams that's at that caliber?
Yeah, it's just that year in and year out, you need that steady preparation. A game is not won just on that Friday night. You know, it's like, how did you prepare in the off season? Did you skip your lifts, or did you show up and half butt your lifts, or did you give it everything you had? You know, what kind of teammates are you being in the huddle? And all that factors in. And then you've got to build that over the course of 4 to 6 years. That starts in your junior high programs, which we're fortunate enough to have really good junior high coaches. And again, that is not something that happens in a day or two or a couple weeks. That's something that program-wide you gotta have a commitment to it, and you got to build towards it over the course of years. So we're looking to continue that.
How would you compare last year's team to the 2018 team, and what has it been like to build back up to that quality of football?
Yeah, very similar. Very similar in leadership structure. Very similar in a lot of guys that didn't back away from adversity, or just a very tough group of seniors that led from the front, were the first guys through the door. And great community members. It's really cool. You get to see those 2018 guys, and you see them at, they'll stop at your house, or you see them at the fair, and you talk for 2 hours. And those guys are very successful. Every single one of them is successful. And I could have told you that because of their work habits, their leadership qualities, and who they were as young men. And this class that just graduated are almost identical. They're going to be successful, great community members, hoping they all stay around Mohawk, have 18 kids apiece, and play football and all that good stuff. But just it's what makes coaching fun, is when you get to create those relationships with those guys. It was a very special group, but certainly nothing to take away from the group we've got coming through now. They're a fantastic group. We've got 12, 13 seniors, and those are guys that we are very much enjoying coaching, getting after it, and they're going to be successful in their own right as well.
What's the process like replacing a multi-year starter?
Yeah. We try to get on them really hard and coach them really hard early. And we try to make it very stressful and very tenuous in July and in early August to slow that down. Because if we can make it stressful in the off-season, preseason, they get to week one, they won't blink. And that's, giving them different types of fronts, blitzes up front, stuff that they have to communicate, giving them different looks and coverages, and throwing stuff at them that, hey, maybe like we didn't tell you about or didn't prepare you necessarily for, and making them work through stuff to just kind of shorten that learning curve as much as we can. So that, and having our older guys, like, they need to take those guys under their wing. It does nothing for you if you're just yelling at a kid the whole time and treating them like garbage. Football's done with confidence. So we want our old guys that have been there, had success, to build up our young guys or our first-year starters and help them. Don't crap on them, help them. So that's something that we kind of preach, and we've had a lot of success with our first-year guys and getting them fitted and ready to go.
What are you liking out of this team going into week one?
I love our physicality. I think that this group understands the importance of winning up front, winning the physicality matchup, getting hats to the ball, pushing the pile forward, finishing behind your pads, blocking through the echo of the whistle, doing your job when the ball's not in your hand, not being me. All those things factor into being a good teammate, and then having success. And they've done a nice job. I'm very pleased with where we're at this point in the year, with guys taking over the leadership roles, how they've learned our offense and defense for our first-year guys, and then how our captains and older guys are treating our young guys. I like it.
What does Warrior Nation mean, and why is it special?
Well, I was born and bred here. So my dad went here, my mom went here, my family went here, my kids go here. So you can't convince me it doesn't mean a little more when it's where you're from and where your kids are at, and we've been a part of this community since I was crapping green, and we will continue until I'm in the ground. I wouldn't leave this place for anything. So it means a lot. The community means a lot. The parents mean a lot. The kids are spectacular here. Our staff and administration's great. We've got great alignment. So I just feel like we're going in the right direction. And we're trying to build this thing organically, and nobody cares more than the guys that are in this building and in this room with us. And we're going to take a lot of pride in it, make sure we represent our community, our staff, our school, and ourselves well.
With putting in the hard practices throughout the week, and then you come out onto the field to a packed house, what does that mean?
It's awesome. Even when we were struggling, our community was still showing up, and this is a couple years ago, and still supporting us. We'd get texts all the time, not negative, positive. People reinforcing us, telling us, encouraging us and stuff. And I think all that matters. It says a lot about the type of people we have in our community. And certainly nobody, not everybody's always going to agree with what we do in X's and O's or anything like that. But just to have that support and just good people that are wanting what's best for the kids and the program. And ultimately these guys, nobody's going to the NFL. So it's more than about football here. It's about who are we producing in terms of young men. And I can say with complete honesty, the community's behind these boys and these parents are behind these boys. They're teaching the kids right. The guys that we're cranking out in football are great sons, friends, brothers, going to be good fathers, good workers. And honestly, if that's one thing that we can hang our hat on, that's the most important thing to us as a staff. So
if someone's watching this and they've never been here to a game, why should they come to Warrior Field to watch you guys play?
Yeah, you just got to come and you got to see. We had a guy, one of my best friend's dads, he left a year or two ago. His dad hadn't been here for a couple of years, and he came back for our preview, and he's like, man, this place is special. He's like, God, I miss it. He never went to Mohawk. He only came when his boy was coaching here with us. And so it's like one of those things that if you come here, the environment's awesome. The setting's really cool. You come up with a packed house. Everybody's surrounding the track. It's just a really neat environment to be a part of. And our kids just play a little extra hard when they're here. So.
And then lastly, what message do you want to send out to Warrior Nation for this year?
Yeah, we appreciate you. We try to tell everybody we can how much they mean to us and how much we appreciate them, starting with our players and our parents and then our staff and our community. So it takes a village to have success and to make this thing go. And it takes each one of us as a cog in the wheel to make it work. And none of it works if we're not all on the same page, rowing in the same direction. So we appreciate all the guys and girls that support us, and we will continue to do our part to put the best product on and off the field that we can.
All right. I appreciate it, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.